That term, urban film, I don't get it. I mean, I do get it and I don't like it. Like, I remember when USA Today characterized Best Man Holiday as an urban race-themed movie. I'm just like, first of all, 75% of this movie takes place in a mansion. What's urban about a mansion? Hi, I'm Malcolm Lee, and I'm a writer, director, and producer. My earliest memories of making movies was like probably junior high school. From very early on, I had interest in fine and performing arts. And I think having seen the emergence of a great American filmmaker in my house, Spike Lee, because he lived in my parents' basement when he was in film school. And so he was certainly an influence about the demystification of making movies and that it could be done by somebody black and somebody in my family. I was like, oh wow, that's an interesting artistic expression, and I think I could do that. By the age of 19, I knew I wanted to be a filmmaker. I got to work with Spike, quite a bit. I started as a production assistant on School Days, then got to work in pre-production during Mo' Better Blues, Jungle Fever, worked most extensively on Malcolm X, but really when I got to be his assistant on Clockers, that was a real education, just in how you move the camera and how you tell a story filmically and how you're gonna frame shots. While I was working with Spike, while I was in film school, I was writing screenplays constantly. There'd be times I was depressed and feeling like, oh, I'm not making it. I don't know if anyone cares about what I'm writing. I still feel that way sometimes. But, you just gotta write the right script, and then fortunately I wrote the right script at the right time when it came to writing The Best Man.
Marriage is a cure to promiscuity.
In what world? When I finished the screenplay for The Best Man, which I think at the time I named My Homeboy's Wedding, it's a terrible title, but I was in my parents' basement, I finished it, I came upstairs to my parents and I said, hey, if this ain't the script, I don't know what they want, meaning the powers that be. So I gave it to Spike. He had read some other stuff before, but he felt like, okay, this was it. Those were his exact words, this is it. So I felt that as well, and fortunately it turned out that way. It's like an overnight thing, but it takes a long time to get to overnight.
Ladies and gentlemen, director extraordinaire, Mr. Malcolm D. Lee. When I was a fledgling student filmmaker and had a short film, you guys rejected that film. I wasn't gonna mention that tonight. But 2 years later, 19 years ago, at this festival, I launched my first movie, The Best Man. And it propelled us to a #1 ranking at the box office. So, very glad to be back here with my latest offering, Night School, starring some of the funniest people in the world.
I think the stories that I like to tell are stories that anybody should be able to relate to. These are universal themes. Getting married, death of a loved one, reuniting with your family, coming of age stories. We all can recognize, cultural touchstones. But these are also stories that are human and also very American. If I can go watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding and I can watch Crazy Rich Asians, then other people should be able to relate to The Best Man Holiday and certainly Girls Trip. That was the one movie that kind of broke through. So I've always wanted to tell universal stories, and I have told universal stories. I don't think I'm in the same comedy categories as some other white directors. My films get a lot of big laughs, but it doesn't feel like I get that same kind of respect. It's just they have cultural specificity that a lot of people feel like, ooh, that's not for me. But it is for you. It's for everybody. So I don't really like that term urban films because it's a misnomer and it's not a genre. If it's a romantic comedy that's got all black people in it, it's still a romantic comedy. It's not an urban movie. I want to keep telling stories that inspire me and hopefully inspire others. I want to tell stories about African Americans and black folks throughout the world diaspora and get to some truths and some authenticity about those kinds of stories. I hope people say at the end of my career, you've represented for us. We need more than just directors and producers. We need those as well, but we need writers, we need technicians, We need artists, we need production designers, we need sound designers. We need to expand our thought of what we can do as filmmakers. So what's gonna make you stand out? You have to think about other alternative means. I wanted to be an actor at first, but my calling was not that. It was behind the camera. So what's your calling?
Watch this movie and go talk about it. When you got shit good to say, don't you fucking say it. It's a good movie.
Don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing.
Why'd you give her a